Hi, my name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to Handbook for the New Paradigm, Volume 3, Becoming. And we're going to jump right in here with the first session. So for those who may be following along with me in the book, we are on page 255. The time of bringing the belief system into harmony with the actual physical reality situation in order to avoid the doom of destruction that is now awaiting the majority of Earth's population is now. The important focus is not to dwell on the doom. It is the pivotal point that is now available to humanity that must be used as the impetus of change. Shocking as the facts are regarding the primrose path that humanity has been blindly following, these must be accepted and then the focus turned away from the deceptions toward creating a new reality. What is this new reality? How can it be created if there is no knowledge of what it is that should or could replace the present situation? It would appear that this reality, as it is created, would be nothing but a hodgepodge of each one's desires based on the programming that is already present within each. Who would have the ability to release what is known and envision new concepts that would not be tainted with dreams of the past? If advice were asked of galactic brothers and sisters, would those not be entwined within their own reality? So it would appear that not only is there the surrounding current dilemma, but another one of an even larger proportion insofar as breaking clear of the current one and then having to confront repetitions of experience rather than a new paradigm. This, it seems, is too much for a group consciousness that is or will be reeling from the shock of discovering the extent of their deception. Or is it? It will be within the release of that shock and the deception to create their own reality that the birthing shall take place. If what is known is deception, then will pursuing opposite concepts result in knowing truth? Indeed, it could. For example, if benevolence has been sought from outside sources, it is indeed available from within. Is it indeed available from within one's own awareness? If freedom has not been found in either authoritarian systems or in the pursuit of individual freedoms, then where is it to be found? Could it be obtained within moral and ethical standards that gift the individual within an agreement made by cooperating groups? Could the size of the groups also be arranged by agreement? Could the groups find common ground for agreement within common desires for similar defined freedoms? If cooperation was the key ingredient rather than competition and the need to be/feel superior, then all things are possible. If common interest and desire were the defined beginning point around which all else is drawn by attraction to intended definition of desired experience, successful interaction is possible. As I was reading that there, I was shown how I have always felt as though what the way forward has to be magnetic attraction. It really already is that, It's just that we haven't seen it. We haven't recognized that for what it is. And that actually goes into the universal law of the law of attraction. Back to the book here. If freedom to withdraw and find a more adequate experience within another group is encouraged and allowed, successful adventure in self-definition would be assured. The experience of the search for the most perfect expression could be an end unto itself. Though groups would be visited on a regular basis, it would be the commitment to a flexible and expanding focus that would enable them to continue until a satisfactory accomplishment was made by all involved. Thus, no commitment to forever continuity would be a part of the goal, as expansive experience cannot place fences around itself and function within its intended expression. I got to stop here because it feels as though this is describing what I have always felt true anarchy means: self rule, which is why magnetic attraction would also be the way forward. At least for me, that's what I'm feeling. It is understood that expansive consciousness can only continue its expansion within a context of changing conceptual understandings, in other words, being open. Progress results in shedding old understandings, and these are encompassed in wisdom, and the focus is ever toward the unfolding of new knowledge. A new knowledge that allows for change. The introduction of apparently conflicting information resolves into integration of the apparent dichotomy and allows for progression into greater concepts. In other words, stagnation through holding to static beliefs halts the desired process. Too true. And when you bring morality into it, because everybody's got a different definition of what is moral and what is right, and it's all based on prior experience and trauma that has been suffered as a result of that, in my view. The safety of known apparent truths is a trap, which the progressing consciousness must purposefully avoid. The ability to accept this conceptual understanding of the ground rules for participation within manifested experience requires a stretch in the belief system that is indeed quite phenomenal and in and of its is quite phenomenal in and of itself. However mind-boggling it is the beginning point that is necessary if mankind is to extricate itself from the mire in which it now finds itself. The controlling overlords are intent on returning this planet to a bare minimum of tightly enslaved beings so they can return to their original intent of stripping the needed minerals for the salvation of their own civilization at the expense of this planet and its inhabitants. It is the destiny of the inhabitants that belong to this planet by birth and adoption to take on the responsibility of changing this destiny, and there is little sequential time remaining for them to accomplish this monumental feat. If challenge is the ingredient to call for the effort required, then certainly it is present. It is fervently requested that all those reading this material give it the most careful and focused consideration. It is further requested that each consider the call that is within it to assume the responsibility to make it happen, or to accept the results that acquiescence will reap without regret. That's the end of volume, or I should say session 1. Well, I'll be right back with session 2.